happy. Tonton. Allahu Akbar. Akbar.
In Indonesia's Sumatra Island, communities are facing heartbreaking devastation after a series of flash floods and landslides tore through several provinces earlier this week. As rescue teams struggle to reach isolated areas, officials have confirmed that at least 82 people have lost their lives, and dozens more are still missing. The disaster, intensified by extreme weather linked to Tropical Cyclone Senyar, has displaced thousands and left entire neighborhoods submerged or swept away. This unfolding tragedy began on Tuesday when heavy monsoon rains caused rivers to overflow across North Sumatra province. The sudden surge of water ripped through mountainside villages, destroying homes, carrying away residents, and flooding more than 3,200 buildings. Families scrambled to higher ground, while others sought safety in government-run shelters. According to Indonesia's National Disaster Management Agency, around 3,000 displaced families are now living in temporary evacuation centers, uncertain of when they might return home. But the destruction wasn't limited to North Sumatra. Across the island, in the provinces of Aceh and West Sumatra, communities were also hit hard. Thousands of houses were flooded, many of them up to their roofs. The widespread damage has overwhelmed local authorities, who are racing against time to rescue survivors and provide basic necessities to those stranded. The death toll in North Sumatra alone has risen to 55 people, with rescue crews stretched thin as they attempt to reach 12 cities and districts impacted by the disaster. Abdul Muhari, spokesperson for the National Disaster Mitigation Agency, explained that the number of missing people has been revised to 41, following updated reports from local authorities. Many areas remain difficult to access, and communication lines are down, making coordination even more challenging. Rescuers on the ground describe conditions that are slowing every step of their progress. Massive mudslides have blanketed roads and entire sections of villages. Power outages have left communities in darkness, and telecommunications networks have been cut off. Ferry Wulan Tukan from the North Sumatra Regional Police noted that washed-out bridges and damaged roads have made it nearly impossible to bring in heavy equipment, machinery desperately needed to clear debris and reach buried homes. In neighboring West Sumatra, the situation is equally dire. Flash floods across 15 cities and districts have claimed at least 21 lives, but authorities say the number of people still missing has not yet been confirmed. More than 17,000 homes have been submerged, forcing approximately 23,000 residents to flee to temporary shelters. Entire rice fields and livestock farms have been destroyed, cutting off livelihoods in communities that depend heavily on agriculture. Flooded roads and collapsed bridges have isolated entire pockets of residents, leaving them to await help that has been slow to arrive. Further north, in Aceh province, torrential rains triggered massive flows of mud and rocks that slammed into hilly hamlets. Washed-out roads have made it extremely difficult to transport excavators and other heavy equipment to the affected areas. So far, at least 6 people have been confirmed dead, and 11 others remain missing in 3 villages across central Aceh district.
Bancah habis.
Local authorities fear these numbers may rise as rescue teams reach more remote parts of the region. Meteorologists warn that the extreme weather conditions responsible for this disaster are not over. According to Achadi Subarka Raharjo from Indonesia's Meteorology, Climatology, and Geophysical Agency, the devastation was fueled by Tropical Cyclone Senyar, which formed in the Strait of Malacca. The cyclone intensified rainfall, created powerful winds, and generated high waves across Aceh, North Sumatra, West Sumatra, Riau, and nearby regions before gradually weakening.
Ko batunan dulu ko diperkirakan bare 5 ton wah. Itulah ke kadangnya dia sana. Ko dah terapek di simpang sajik suadak sawalawe. Sebelah kida wak kemudian. Tujuan dia batu.
Even as it dissipates, the atmospheric instability it caused continues to pose a threat. Raharjo explained that the country's weather agency has extended its extreme weather warning due to unusually strong water vapor patterns and shifting atmospheric conditions. These elements are contributing to prolonged downpours, leaving steep mountainsides saturated and extremely vulnerable to further landslides or flash floods. Seasonal rains are a familiar challenge for Indonesia, a vast archipelago of more than 17,000 islands, where millions of people live along fertile floodplains or in mountainous areas that are especially prone to natural disasters. Yet this week's floods and landslides demonstrate how quickly severe weather can escalate, overwhelming local infrastructure and leaving entire communities exposed.
Tolong banget BNPB semuanya. Ini tambah deras di sini harusnya.
As rescue efforts continue, emergency teams, local authorities, and community volunteers are working tirelessly to provide food, shelter, and medical assistance. But the road to recovery will be long. Many families have lost everything: homes, belongings, and loved ones. For them, the path forward will require both immediate relief and long-term support. In times like this, compassion and solidarity become powerful forces. If you're watching from afar and wondering how to help, consider supporting reputable international relief organizations or local Indonesian groups providing on-the-ground assistance. Even the smallest contribution can make a difference to families struggling to rebuild. Thank you for watching, and please stay informed, stay safe, and keep the people of Sumatra in your thoughts during this difficult time.
Panjang orang salon loh.
Wah itu suruh keluar di dalam wah itu.
Ay, yung mga itari ko mako. Mga itari ko mako.
Weh, mak ni man teh.